Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wonderful Wednesday. We got a surprise today for the cards. My husband felt some energy, and he said he wanted to pull the cards because he felt the energy of the collective. And I said, you know what? That's what needs to be done then. And he had a lot that flipped up, so they wanted to be seen. So this is a special reading today for Wednesday. It's a special energy pull, and I seen the cards and they were really amazing. So this is going to be a good reading, guys. I hope everybody's staying warm. It's really chill. I've got a sweatshirt on today. It's really chilly. We got down to, I think, 27 last night in northern Florida. Um, I had talked to a friend of mine in the north and she's freezing. It's three heaters and it's under the covers and below zero. It's just, we need to really do some more manifesting. We're not doing enough manifesting. Okay, let's see where Wonderful Wednesday cards, let's see what we get. The first one that came out was the 16, which is Destiny, which is a 7, and my glasses are fuming up because it's so cold and I put them on my face and they just, I was in a fog for a minute. Let me clean the fog off of them. Okay. Destiny, the number 7. Your destiny is to become whole and connected. Your destiny is to lead a life with meaning and purpose. Step inside and explore heart and mind. Discover your gifts and talents and sense of purpose and confidence. Ancestral healing may be required. Break the chain. Remember your dreams. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Sometimes the most important destiny remains hidden. Your destiny may influence generations to come. Overcome the trials and obstacles. The destiny card represents the 8th reason for being, to embrace your destiny. Your destiny is twofold. You have a universal destiny and a personal destiny. Your universal destiny is to become whole and connected, to find your center, to overcome all that destroys your peace, to face your fears, let go of hurts, and love yourself and your life with unreserved delight. You also have a personal destiny, and that destiny involves seeking and following your bliss. Your destiny is to find and lead a life that has meaning and purpose, but your destiny is not going to be found out there in the world. You must step inside and explore your heart and mind. Your destiny is not predetermined, it is a choice you will make based on your inherent gifts and talents. To meet your destiny, you must first discover and recognize what those gifts and talents are, and then work to use them for the benefit of self and others. To know you have a destiny or multiple destinies can give a sense of purpose and confidence. It can bring you joy, peace, and fulfillment. However, your journey towards meeting your destiny can be full of obstacles and trials. Like the quest of old, this is your quest, but instead of seeking an intangible holy grail, you move towards something tangible and real. There are activities and interests that inspire your passion and love. Is these things that you are destined to do? It could be gardening, it could be painting, it could be fixing broken things and repurposing them. It it could be healing, it could be protection, it could be anything. But the key to recognizing it is how it makes you feel and what you are willing to do in order to make it a key part of your life. You are never too old or too young to seek your divine purpose. I love that card for today because that is a powerful meaning for all the collective. We have been getting the destiny card, but there is different messages for the destiny card. It all depends on where we are in our life. But all of us need to hear the destiny card because sometimes, even though we maybe be successful and doing great, we still kind of wonder, am I following my right destiny? So the questions and the choices are ours to ask ourselves and ours to follow. And the next card that he had pulled was the 13, Death, number 4. That is transformation. Death Death does not reveal physical death. It expresses a great change in your life, a transformation that is essential if you're to begin a new phase. Whatever you no longer need is taken from you. Death is necessary for something new to be born. This may be unsatisfying work, a stuck relationship, or anything that continues old ways of being, including habits that no longer serve you. For this reason, death clears away confusion and brings a situation to a natural conclusion. From the point onward, new people, ideas, and opportunities enter your life. A new era beckons. Allow that what will be, rather than resist the change that need to happen, embrace it. Yeah, this, if you think about it, a lot of us are stuck in our old ways. That's the boat in the back with the shark circling, a little bit of light coming in. Yeah, we're stuck over here. But we need to get over here. We need to get into this beautiful, the sharks are all over here in the old, but we need to get over here in the beautiful light of the ocean with the beautiful fish that are going to swim around us and flow. And we need to flow like that. That's the rebirth card. Or the death card, excuse me. But it is like rebirth. It is like endings and change. It's beginnings, release, relief. It's all that. We're all, I think, going through a transformation in this world because nobody really knows what's going on yet. And we're all like in that curious mode, but we're all in that mode that we need to start finding out what's been not told to us and what we need to learn because we need to remember. And not the memory of a lot of the baloney they told us. The next one he got, he got a lot of air. Air is a good thing to an extent, but it says a lot. The Four of Air, and I thought this was an interesting card because this is structure and routine, order, discipline, and patterns, and it just says get out of the old patterns. But what we need to remember with the order card is it's the environment. We've been getting a lot of in your home, and we've been getting the environment a lot that we need to take care of Mother Earth more. Order your environment, banish clutter, clean house, create structure in your day, follow a routine, and keep a time budget. I don't agree with the time budget sometimes because time is a man-made process. And when you're counting time and looking at time, you're always in a hurry. I don't agree with that aspect of this card that they said. If you truly want something, you will make time for it. That I agree with. Um, I look at it this way, that if your friends don't make time for you, then they don't have time for you. They're not going to make time and they're not interested. If they make, the dogs are playing. If they make time for you, then you know that you're worth their time. So you can look at time that way, but if you're looking at your watch every 3 minutes, unless you're working, that's distracting your possibilities in your life. Limit distractions and time wasters. Yeah. Remove negative influences. The Four of Air symbolizes the importance of ordering your environment and giving your day structure, especially if you have specific goals or projects you wish to perform and complete. Routines are our daily habits, the things that we do on a daily basis, given structure and order. Following our routine moves us from one part of our day to the next. Having a routine can provide us with a level of security born of consistency. By establishing order in your environment, we also add to that sense of security. When everything has its place, we can be confident that it will be there when we need it. We won't waste hours of our day looking for something that has been lost in the clutter and mess that we often surround ourselves with. Uh, Clutter to me is chaos, and it's funny. I can't stand clutter. It drives me crazy, and it's true. I can't find nothing in clutter. So it's like my desk is like completely cleaned off, other than my coffee warmer or my mouse, or my glasses. These are those crooked glasses. Urgh. Sorry, I got to get the other glasses. I'll be fixing them all day. I'm very funny about clutter, and I don't have a lot of clutter. But spring cleaning is coming as soon as winter gets over, so I'll have less clutter. That's why we moved into a fifth wheel, because we had 3 bedroom, 2 bath home, full building, 3 car garage. We had it all, and it was a lot. And there's only two of us. We had too much clutter. We were collecting too much stuff. So yeah, this is, and declutter your mind too, because your mind can get cluttered with too much stuff. I always say that meditation is a really good thing to declutter your mind. Okay, my dogs. See, we have sand cranes that are walking around everybody's yard, and I think they got dislocated. I'm not sure in the hurricane, because I seen them down the road, and my dogs just barked. They seen them in our neighbor's yard right now, walking around. I think there's like at least 10 of them. They're really cool. I want to get a picture of them. But that's what my dog. I had to put you on pause because my dog went crazy because he wanted to play with one or something. Okay, now we had got, I call him Mr. Gadget, the Four of Air. And with him, we got ambition, which doesn't surprise me, the King of Swords, because he is all ambition. This man is clever and often a strong leader in a professional career. He's a great strategic with charm and ambition, but can exert pressure too, as he's impatient to succeed. He can be relied upon to offer calm, logical judgment. An additional meaning is that legal issues need your attention just now. If this king comes up as you card in a reading, take a logical approach. This is the time for mental agility rather than emotion. Look to the facts before you make decisions. We've all been talking about that. Don't just jump to conclusions because our perception is clouded, especially when we are annoyed, aggravated, or angry. We need to step back. We need to step back and think about what we're doing before we do it. That is a good call on that card. The next one we got was the 10 of Air. And this card is great. She is walking into the unknown, and it's a time of independence. Say goodbye to public persona, no longer bound by another's opinion. Walk your own path. What do I say at every video that I do? Just be you. We have been walking around trying to be someone else all of our lives, whether it's the neighbor we love, the cheerleader we want to be, the football star, uh, what your spouse wants you to be, what your mother and dad want you to be, whatever the hell they want you to be, stop it. Just be you. And when people start pushing you to be something that you're not, walk away, take some deep breaths, go meditate and take a nap. Something, because we have to control our anger and our craziness right now. There's too much craziness going on in this world. Humans, we're different by nature. See and know your potential. The self is whole. Time to grow up and leave home. This is a walk your own path. This is an individuality. This is becoming oneself. To step away from the external forces that we believe define us, to become an independent being who recognizes and embraces their own uniqueness and individuality. It is about removing the mask. That is really interesting because we did get a card. These are good cards, that the energy that my husband picked up for the collective, because these are also his energy, my energy, your energy, and everybody's energy that came through him when he did these cards. He's starting to get there. He just, we've talked about it. He's not completely where I am, but he's getting there and he's okay. That's okay. He's doing it in his pace, not mine. Nobody should do any of this in anybody else's pace but their own, because we all have individual learning as we go and waking up as we go and different things that isn't ours to call ours. It's somebody else's. So this was a great card. If it makes us a black our face to the world, and if we have to no longer our public face and private life very different, we present our face to the world, and if it's not liked, then so be it. If it makes us a black sheep in a flock of white sheep, then so be it. We would rather be honest and accepted by the few than to be what family or society expects. Individualization is being who we are meant to be, as opposed to being the person society tells us we should be. It is breaking free from caring about what people think of us because we love who we are and what we do with our life. We are free, liberated, because we are not bound by others' opinions of us or our reactions and constraints of society or the impediments of our past. It is integrating conscious and unconscious souls and shadows, the masculine and the feminine, and creating a whole where the self resides at the center. No longer does duality separate and divide. All is in harmony and working in unison. You are you, whole, complete, and ever evolving. And that evolution is not a linear process. It is a circumambulatory process of viewing the self and seeing it from multiple perspectives and accepting and integrating all of the facets and aspects into the whole. No aspect is ugly or beautiful, none good or bad, none better or worse. Each has its place and purpose as part of the beautiful whole. To individuate is to understand paradox and accept that you are one, you are human. To be a whole and complete human is to be paradoxal. You are human. That is perfect set. I love that. When the Ten of Air appears in a reading, it represents a time in our life after we have chosen to step free of the mask and wear only one face in private and public. No longer do we hide our thoughts, beliefs, and feelings in order to be accepted, like, or respected. We have turned our back on expectations, on convention and mediocrity, on normalcy, to embrace and accept who we are and stand tall and proud. It is time to separate yourself from the herd and to walk your own path. Step through the doorway and begin a life where new paradigms replace the old, and you are free to be the best you that you can be instead of the you society tells you that you must be. That is a great reading for that card because we have another card that I seen come out and it has to do with that. So we need to remember what it said about the mask. Okay, now the next card that came with that was the Three of Wands. Was it 6 or 3? Yeah, Three of Wands. There you are. Motivation. This 3 brings energy and enthusiasm to all your activities and in love, predicts a new relationship and celebrations such as weddings and engagements. This 3 also brings a brilliant card of travel and for the arts and sports too, showing a dynamic attitude that gets results. You may find yourself taking an unusual approach to a dilemma or situation, finding ingenious ways to problem solve and get your message across. Think laterally. Try new ways to fire your communication and creativity. Yeah, I agree with that. We do have to find new ways to do things. We can't stay in the old dogma. I really like this card. This to me is the Seven of Air, and to me, he looks very spiritual. It's not what we believe, but how we believe. Lift others up. Does what you believe make you kinder? Are you willing to lose another for your beliefs? There are many ways, not just your way. Educate, don't indoctrinate. Seek a kind approach, moderate fundamentalist beliefs. This Seven of Air symbolizes the realms of spiritual beliefs, religious practice, and personal dogma, and the influences they have upon how we perceive the world around us. Spiritual beliefs can make our lives feel complete, make us healthier, happier, kinder, and more compassionate people. And yet it can also place us at odds with others and start wars, both global and personal. It can bring peace and a healthy sense of well-being, or it can literally place you in harm's way and tear your world and your life in pieces. Spiritual belief in the form of religion has throughout the centuries been one of the root causes of almost all human conflict, and it is still one of the leading causes of bloodshed in our modern world. There are many who subscribe to the belief that embracing a spiritual path is different to following one of the many organized religions, and consider this. Whether you subscribe to a religion or have a more organic spiritual ideology, or even subscribe to atheism, all involve following a personal dogma that can be orthodox and rigid, or expansive and accepting. To believe in a religion, to embrace a spiritual path, or none at all, is no different energetically than believing that one political party is better than another, and that a vegan diet is better than one that includes meat and animal products, or that favorite sports team is the best sports team. All forms of belief can lead to peace and a healthy sense of well-being, or to extreme and fundamental behavior. All paths can be born of independent knowledge and understanding, indoctrination, or a mix of both. Each choice, even the choice not to believe in the divine, requires that you believe in something, even if that something is that a belief in anything other than our physical reality is a symptom of a deranged mind. The Seven of Air reminds us that all personal dogma and spiritual dogma can give rise to an open mind or a closed one to varying degrees. Each path contains core beliefs that won't be changed or cannot be changed, because to do so would make them something other than the beliefs that are meant to be subscribed to. Therefore, it matters not what you believe in, but to how you choose to believe, to live and express that belief. How does that, how do you believe on a spiritual level influences your thoughts, feelings, and actions? Does it make you kinder and more understanding of those who are different? Or does it inspire a feeling of superiority, that you are right and that your way is the only way? Does your spiritual path inspire you to lift people up and brighten their day? Or does it inspire you to think less of others, or pity them because their ignorance damns them to do some imaging hell or purgatory? What are you willing to give up to lose because of how and what you believe in? What does your spiritual path or personal dogma bring into your life? The Seven of Air symbolizes an opportunity to look closely at your personal spiritual beliefs and personal dogma, influences your thoughts and behaviors, and to contemplate whether they serve to make you a better person or serve to make you a more critical and rigid person. I always say about this card, take the angel wings off this man, okay, and send him into a church exactly the way he is. He's got his Bible in hand, but he's got a sword around his neck. He's blind. He's got a black. He looks like a shaman, okay, or a wizard. Now, would a church accept him just as he is? Probably not. He'd get a lot of looks, but his looks could fool everybody. He could be an amazing religious man, not a shaman. But I look at him as a shaman. But he is an angel. He's an air sign. So yeah, that was a great message with that card. Now, with that card, we got the Queen of Swords, resilience. So be prepared to make a strong decision or to respond to a final decision made by a woman. Interesting. This is interesting. The queen is highly intelligent and driven. She commands respect, holds her ground, and puts her interests first. She is charming, but does not suffer fools. She can see the truth of any situation in a flash. This card often comes up in a reading to show strong women, business leaders, independent females, and single parents. If she comes up as the U card in a reading, it's time to show your strength of character. I think that could be for a male or female, because a male shuffled these cards and he got the woman. But what I think this woman is trying to tell the men, that women are equal to men. And there's a lot of times where men or women make them feel unequal. And that's not a good thing. We do that. We all do that. Women do it. Men do it. it's something that we all have to fix because it's not a good thing to do, but we do it. It's the old dogma, and I love coffee and cards. I mean, it's a beautiful day out, but it's very cold. I don't even think it's I don't know. I didn't even ask my husband what the temperature is, but I'm thinking it's like 53. Oh, it's 47. It's on my computer. So it's 47 degrees in northern Florida right now. Burr. We've got one more. And what's interesting is my husband got the water card was last, and he's a Pisces. I'm a Leo. We've been getting a lot of fire sign, which is really cool. But I have water in my moon is Scorpio, and so is my husband's. So we have a lot of water. We got the 5 of water. She feels alone and isolated, without hope, consumed by fear and doubts, unable to see a way forward, trapped in the moment, feeling angry and betrayed. Mourn your loss, playing the victim. Now, this water card I always call the praying or the meditating woman or man. It's a woman on the card, but it could be a man. We need to keep the feminine and masculine out of this part of it. But the goldfish are around her as she's either meditating or praying. And they're trying to get her attention because they're gold and they're happy and they're flowing around her, but she is at a loss right now. And the sun, the light is even coming through the water, and she's still not looking up. She's still in a loss. So the 5 of water represents feeling of fear, doubt, and hopelessness that can cloud our minds and hearts and give rise to confusion, misunderstanding, and anger. These emotions are often born of our own pain and insecurities and can cloud our ability to see the love that surrounds us. All too often, when we experience a moment of great hurt or loss, we can feel alone, as if no one could possibly understand the depths of anguish we are feeling, whether it be the end of a marriage or friendship, the death of a loved one, or a battle with mental illness. We can sometimes find ourselves weighed down by pain and suffering and blind to the beauty and love that surrounds us. Loss of any kind causes us to experience a range of emotions, including sadness, fear, confusion, guilt, regret, anger, and betrayal. Sometimes we can even experience a complete absence of emotion. To think of the future serves only to add to the burden of sorrow because all hope seems gone. The 5 of water is a challenging card because it is not one that offers any real comfort. Loss is something we all experience, and if we are already vulnerable and sensitive to hurt, then it can be overwhelming. The death of a loved one, the loss of a friend, being betrayed by someone we trusted and loved, there are no words of comfort that will lessen the pain we feel. The 5 of water symbolizes the need to allow yourself to work through your grief and to take as much time as you need. Allow the emotions to flow and flow along with them, but not to the extent that they threaten to overwhelm you or have you lashing out at others. You need to remember that you have people around you who love you. Look up. While you may feel alone, you are not. There are people around you who have also experienced loss. They know, they understand. Allow them to be there for you in your time of need. I love this card. This card is a great message for all of us. I'm going through a lot of stuff right now with my family and my parents and things like that. And yesterday was a very trying day for me. I heard my father cried, and I just felt my heart felt broken all day. I still feel the lump in my throat. I've never seen my father cry. He was a very strong man. He's 90 years old. Okay, we got the 6 of swords with that. Okay, that's not the one. Where did I get this? Okay. I pulled the wrong card out. All right. Here you are, 6. That's calm. And that is what that is. If she'd look up, if she'd quit feeling the loss, I know she's gonna. She needs to pray and meditate and clear her mind. But if she would just look up, she would see the beauty of the love around her and the people that really love and want to help. Like the little fish, her little friends, they want to help, but she won't look up. Okay, calm. Go with the flow of life. There's no need to resist change. See, she's resisting. She's blaming the world. She's lost in her own Grief, she's whatever is going on in her or his world, she's lost right now. And this is telling you to go with the flow. Stand your ground. You don't need to do anything. You just need to go with the flow. So we got one more. The Knight of Pentacles, loyalty, come out. Hard graft may not be exciting, but the results will bring you great fulfillment. The knight is not dashing. He's slow and steady, planning his moves with care. He may not be charming, but he is loyal and trustworthy. So any offer he makes can be taken seriously. He often appears in readings to show business, investment, and projects that have good future potential and property. He is associated with choosing the perfect home. This is the right time to make a serious decision about your long-term future. Yeah, these were really good cards for today, so far. Now those were, people have been asking me what cards I use, and I've been trying to remember to put what cards I use. These right here, I always start with, and those are the Dreams of Gaia Oracle. These are the Oracle cards, and I absolutely, this is my favorite. This is my favorite one. So I always start with those, and then I do clarifiers with the tarot. I'm not a big tarot person. I like the oracles better than the tarot, but these are the oceanic tarot cards. I think the tarot are good for a complementary card with the oracle to kind of explain it a little more in depth. And then now we're going to read the practical magic. Um, we got this yesterday. And what's interesting is my husband did the shuffle. He did the knock 3 times. He did everything he did, and he shuffled a lot because these are big cards and they're hard to shuffle. And this is the one that flew out. So this is the one that wanted to be seen again. And I thought it was interesting because uh, we got it yesterday, but there's all kinds of different messages on this card. So you know what? I'm going to say eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and read a different message. And that's the one it's supposed to be. This is forge a relationship with nature and spirit and power of the land where you live, which will strengthen you and bring you back to yourself. Now, you need to connect with the magic of the land where you live and the spirit of the people who have cared for it for millenniums. Discover who the traditional owners or custodians of the land were where you live and acknowledge them. In Australia, uh, the people have been caring for their country and being nurturing and sustaining in turn for more than 65,000 years. Trace your country's history and visit the significant spiritual sites of previous magical practitioners, such as stone circles or sacred wells, or the wisdom of the teachers of the indigenous people. If they remain, study some of their languages or cultures. If you feel drawn to, always remember to ask permission and the mindful of protocol when engaging with another culture's practice. Yeah, me and my husband are kind of interested in that. I think a lot of people are. We want to learn a little bit of other cultures. We have a beautiful friend that's like a family that is Cuban, and he's been living here, in Florida for a long time, but we don't know his culture, and he still really speaks a lot of Cuban. And we got to eat some Cuban food, which was fantastic. They cooked it for us, and he brought it to us, and it was wonderful. They're wonderful people. Yeah, you need to find a site in nature to connect to the spiritual place. It might be a large rock or a stream. This is a nature card, and we need to connect back. I thought this was interesting because we keep getting this black swan. And I really think it's the black swan event coming with the little Joey here. And that's a sign because she's got purple on. And what had purple on? Yeah, on January 6th. Something happened on January 6th recently. I don't know what it was, but all kinds of stuff is happening, which I've already covered in my last shows. So this card came up twice, so it was interesting that it did. We need to connect more with nature and the animals in our area, whether they need to be protected and how you can help if they do. Follow their life cycle. Take note. We do a lot of nature. We feed the birds. We have woodpeckers coming up. we do a lot of nature things, and I think we all need to get back to nature. If we have lost our spot in nature, we need to get back to that spot in nature because it's really important. This is where we live. This is where they live. We've taken advantage of the animals where they live, and now it's ruining our planet around us where we live. We should have thought about that. That's called karma. Okay, now I'm going to read this one because I seen the cards that flew out and I thought they were pretty interesting. And my husband, he chuckled too because the card that came out was A New Day Dawns, and his name is Dawn. This is spelled Dawns, Dawns. But he got a chuckle out of it because when people used to know us, they used to spell my name Dawn. So this was an interesting card to come out for him. He liked it. A new day dawns. Today is a new day. With the dawn comes an opportunity to begin again or to embrace something new. Create what you wish to create. Become the person who you dream of being. Do not allow your doubts or fears to hold you back. For this day is bright with hope and good fortune. Go forth and greet it with a smile upon your lips and joy in your heart. I like that. That is a great message. Now, the next card that came out, he had four, and I said, go ahead, keep them. They came out. They need to be set. The next card he got was Let Go of the Old, and I put them in order the way they came out, and it's the Peacock. Are you holding on to beliefs and notions that no longer serve you? Are you blocking your own growth and forward momentum because you fear to end a chapter in your life? It is time to release all that you hold on to that no longer serves. It is time to say goodbye to all that no longer has a place or purpose in your life. It is time to have an emotional or physical spring cleaning. It's time to let go of the past so you can be open to what the future may bring. I agree with all of that. I have told everybody, we have went over it and over it and over it. The past binds us. If it's an emotional past, it binds us. And if we let it bind us, it's our choice to let it bind us. The next one he got, and remember it said, take off the mask and be your true person in the one. And we got this a few days ago. Reveal your truth. She's taking the mask off and looking beyond the mask. When you were born, your soul shone bright. As you grew, you were taught of right and wrong. You were taught how to think, how to live, how to believe in a way that makes you fear to say no. To disagree is to risk alienation from family and society. And so you hide your true thoughts and feelings behind a mask. That mask hides your light. Cast it aside, embrace and live your truth, and let your soul shine once more. I love that. I love these messages that came out. It was a nice change of energy for us in the collective, I think. Do not fear the unknown. Now, this we've got this one now. He's got a lot of feathers, and he's got bells. Bells have a symbolic message a lot, and that's a her. She's got feathers coming out beside her eyes, and her eyes are crystal blue. I didn't notice that. He probably didn't either. His eyes are blue too. Do not fear the unknown. The ugly is not always bad and evil, and the beautiful not always good and just. Failure is not predetermined. Okay. Sand crane still walking around. My dog's going ballistic. Okay. Do not fear the unknown. Let's see. I think we've read most of this. Now, okay, I'm going to reread it because it's short. The ugly is not always bad and evil, and the beautiful is not always good and just. Failure is not predetermined, nor is it a given that others laugh at you if you choose to follow your dreams. It is your fear of the unknown that makes you question and judge. Do not let another's experience be your truth that guides you. Do not allow your fear of an unknown outcome to hold you prisoner. Your own experiences could be both different and rewarding. Live. These were great cards so far, guys. I think that they're great messages for all of us. All of the messages are always good for the collective. I thought it was funny. He says, "Wow, I got a fox." He was a hunter. He loves nature and stuff. And in the Soul Helper Oracle, he got the number 9, and it's the foxes, the two foxes. And it's leave your usual social circle behind, seek out true companions. Be aware of who your helpers are and bless the shared connection. Your true helpers have long been your soul companions. They are always ready to guide, shape, and support your progress on the path to becoming a higher being. You have known them for millions of years. They are not the so-called friends you may tell you what you want to hear, and yet in reality have nothing to give you, but rather they are people who may well irritate or make you feel uncomfortable in some way. Recognize and appreciate the worth of those people. They can teach you many lessons in life. Your helpers are also those who have fought for you and want to protect you, even though you may not have listened to them. Your helpers are people, animals, and other beings. Be open to every world. You are following the path of mastery, and those who can teach you are all around you. You have come a long way, met many helpers, and learned, or indeed not learned, many lessons. You have drawn this card in order to let one of your teachers go. You are too outgrown him or her. Look at all aspects of your relationship. What do you need to learn? This card reveals that the time has come to break away from your usual circle of friends and acquaintances and invite new companions into your life. Be brave and recognize that breaking off contracts must be complete or not at all. There is no half house in this respect. Your helpers for the next 21 days, the power animal is the fox, the herbal essence is silver fir, the healing crystal is carnelian, and the number is 9. I know what the 9 is, and the 9 is pretty cool. I told my husband about the 9 one time, and he had to think about it. He's like, that's pretty cool. Number 9 reveals that you have something new to learn. Be open, receptive, and curious enough to seek it out. You will then find wisdom and an unconditional, deep healing love. Number 9 will help you reach a point of completion so that you can turn your attention to the mastery of the unknown and the new. Its energy field is undestructible without being inflexible. Number 9 always remains true to itself. 9 plus 9 equals 18, whose digit adds up to 9. 9 times 9 is 81, whose digits add up to 9. Multiply any number by 9 and add the two digits of the resulting number together, and they always add up to 9. It is almost as if it absorbs every other number through their calculations. Number 9 teaches you how to do this, to accept the powers offered to you in order to achieve perfection. This number is fulfillment and completion, but also a beginning and an end. I like that card a lot. We have 3 more decks we're going to go. And he got 2 cards with the angels and ancestors. Oh, no, he got 3 cards. Yeah, 3 cards. Okay, the trader come out first, and I like the trader. Trader, exchange energy to create abundance. Make connections and exchange information, talents, or support. Inspired by the traders of Morocco, this card brings the lessons and energy of exchange. When he appears, he could represent an opportunity to exchange talents, whatever they may be, in order to expand or be about the exchange of energies that comes from the universe, or both. For example, if you are a creative person or consider yourself creative, then you share your talents. You are giving them, and when you do so, the universe will give you more in order for you to share more. It's all a beautiful cycle. The trader also reminds you to be open and connect and act with integrity in your exchanges. Be honest, because doing something to get something will only lead to challenges. The universe operates under the law of cause and effects and is always looking to return to a natural state of balance. So, if you are lacking in the feelings of abundance at this time, you are being invited to share your time, your gifts, and your understanding with others. If you're frustrated because something isn't unfolding in your life, instead of asking yourself what you can do, ask yourself what you can give. The exchange of energy doesn't necessarily mean financial energy. It can also be about supporting in order to feel supported. If you've been holding back with your offerings, now is the time to exchange that. Allow yourself to be open, honest, and vulnerable. This can prepare you to open up to even greater opportunities in the coming days, weeks, and months. Yeah, that's a good message for everybody. Now, we got the knight. Be brave and honest. Do the right thing, even if it isn't the easy option. Stand for what you know to be right and true. The knight is a knight in shining armor, dedicated to the crown that the sword defends. Inspired by the Knights of Templar, he is a protector of the Holy Grail and therefore of your spiritual growth and expansion. He represents the warrior in you. Whether you are male or female, that energy is within you. His sword and armor show he is courageous and strong. But if you look closely, you will see he has a tear running down his face, showing his willingness to be vulnerable and his love for what he protects. The energy of respect is important right now. You are being encouraged to figure out what is important to you and what you stand for. If you are in a space where there's opposition, you are being guided to follow through with integrity, because even if it seems this will slow your progress, your rewards will be much more abundant. You are being surrounded by a light of bravery to help you. This card also brings justice. If you are longing for justice, please know that the universal energies are working to bring everything back in order, and that you don't need to force anything through with your will. If you have made any mistakes recently, it's important to take ownership of them so that you can align yourself with improving the situation. If you are feeling the need to defend your spiritual path at this time, back down and let it protect you. That's a perfect card. I think when people start attacking other people for their spiritual journey, I think it's a big mistake because people really, it backfires on you. Spirituality in people is very important. Whatever it is, whatever there's, as long as it's beautiful and good, it shouldn't matter. He got the Stargazer. Set your sights higher. Go beyond your limitations and beliefs that the impossible is possible. Do you ever remember wishing on a star when you were a child, and in your innocence believing that your wish will come true? The Stargazer connects with the energy of the cosmos and reminds you that you have the ability to draw in support from the universe. His cloak with its sparkles and lights show that you are closer to the energy of the universe than you think. You don't have to go out looking for it. It's already there. So look beyond where you are and create even bigger dreams, visions, and goals. Because with the power and help of the cosmos, those wishes can come true. You are on the verge of a miracle. All of your dreams and aspirations are within your grasp, and you are being guided to focus on your visions. The angels who are with you are encouraging you. There is nothing that you cannot have or achieve. There's an opportunity at this time to heal an old wound or pattern of lack and not feeling good enough. In the past, you've often found it impossible to recognize your worth and to believe that you are deserving of blessings. Angels and ancestor wisdom is reminding you that you are an incredible and infinite spark of the universe, and the universe is not only within you, it absolutely adores you. You are talented, filled with strength, and have the abilities you need to turn your wildest dreams into reality. Yes, we do. Whether we think so or not, yes, we do. Uh, The next card that we got was the Gateway of Light activation, karmic board clearing, energetic clearing, rewrite your story and live your truth. The karmic board is a congregation of spiritual beings dedicated to implementing the law of cause and effect. They have the capacity to help us overcome any karmic blockages that are affecting us. We can call on them to bring healing into our energy field and to clear away any patterns that are standing in the way of our experiences of love and expression of our life purpose. Karmic blockages are often misunderstood. Many people think that a blockage is a punishment for their bad choices or wrongful behavior, but it's not. Source is always on our side. It wants us to have a positive experience here on earth, but it also honors our choices and experiences. And sometimes these results in karmic blockages. It's important to know that many of these blockages were actually created by innocent choices. For example, continually letting someone's bad behavior or mistreatment of us slide because we really want to see the good in them, or choose not to let love in because there was a part of us that was scared of the unknown. If you are being overwhelmed by a traumatic memory or a painful event, know it's because this old energy is no longer serving you and that your spirit is calling for it to be released. This card comes to you at the time when you are ready to surrender old ways of being and old stories. Know that receiving this message means your energetic self has been taken to the karmic board during sleep and meditation so that your light body can be cleared of all karmic blockages and stories. All fears, phobias, challenges with partners and relationships and feelings of being misunderstood are being released now. You are ready to move forward. Yeah, we all have. That was the dark night of the soul. And you know what? That was releasing a lot of baggage, and that's really hard. And I see a lot of other people still going through the dark night of the soul. And it's okay. It's okay to be going through the dark night of the soul whenever you feel and you have to go. It's whenever you're ready. There is no time limit on it. There is no right and wrong, period. So if you feel that you're lacking or you're not there or I'm there and you're not there, you're not supposed to be there. If you're not there yet, you're not supposed to be there. He got some really gorgeous cards in the Divine Master. We got Mary Magdalene, Sacred Vessel. You are the answer. Be guided to your purpose. Mary Magdalene was one of the original followers of Jesus Christ. It has been recorded that she had the first vision of the risen Christ when she went to his tomb on Easter morning. And it was thought this vision that he revealed to her his sacred teachings and initiated her as a teacher. She was the apostle to the apostles, and it is there through her that a pivotal aspect of the original teachings of Christ has reached the world. Mary was a highly sensitive clairvoyant, and it has been speculated that she was the partner, wife, divine consort of Jesus. If Jesus was the vehicle for Christ's energy, Mary was the vehicle for the Magdalene, a powerful feminine force that renders all beings equal and helps the world see that the voices of the feminine are not only important, but the sacred force that can save the world from ruin. You are the answer you seek. You hold the treasure, the magic, and the mystery. Right now, you are being encouraged to recognize that you are a valuable part of the universal plan. If you have a strong desire to share what you have learned, it's time to do so. This can be scary and sometimes overwhelming because putting yourself out there can leave you open to scrutiny. But if you are comfortable with your gifts and teachings, you hold a sacred energy that allows others to see you clearly. The light of the Magdalene is surrounding you now and encouraging you to recognize that the healing you have experienced is actually what you are here to teach. Take some time to reflect on what you have overcome and see that this experience can help many. Your personal testimony can move others and even mountains. Lean on your creator and know that you are being called to be a vessel for the sacred. Yeah, all of our stories, we are the children by the side of the road. All of our stories are learning and teaching experiences. We will help people somehow, some way, whether we think so or not. Roomie, that's the next card. Mystical knowing, breaking boundaries, personal experiences of God. We have to remember the boundaries. We have to break the boundaries that bind us, but we also have to remember other people's boundaries. We've been talking about that for weeks now. Rumi was a 13th century Parisian mystic poet. His words, poems, songs have been highly influential the world over, transcending national borders and ethnic division and describing the direct experience of God. Rumi is now acknowledged as the world's most popular poet. What's most magical about this great man is his ability to shed light on moments that can be deeply painful. In these moments, his words and poems can bring real solace. One of his most loved phrases is the wound is where the light enters. For it shows that even in our darkest, most wounded moments, God will be there to lead us back to wholeness. It's time to move beyond any limitations of the earthly realm that have been placed or forced upon you. It's time to break free of the constraints of family, politics, religion, and anything else that has been telling you who you are or how you need to be. Your connections to the divine must come from personal experiences. Trust what you believe and trust what you know. For this the only way to move forward. This isn't saying you should disrespect or throw away what may be in place around you, but see if there's a way for you to authentically express who you are without causing offense. Rumi's light is with you to help you move beyond the limitations of society or family traditions. Simply remain centered in your heart and let your personal experience of the divine lead the way. It isn't authentic, isn't inauthentic, it inauthentic, a tongue twister, to speak to others in their language or through their word in order to get your point across. What's important is what you feel within and the deep knowing that no matter who you are or where you are loved by the power that created you. That was a perfect ending for a perfect reading. And we want to thank Don, for pulling those cards with his energy. Say hi, Don.
Hi, Dawn.
So
Hi.
he says hi. You know,
Hi,
I
Don.
don't know why when he said that, I just heard this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. I know I'm not a singer, but yeah, that's what I just heard. That was so weird. Well, anyway, it has been a wonderful reading today. Coffee and cards has been amazing. Um, I love everybody and may every step in your journey be magical. And just remember, just be you.